How do I learn is the question that I focused on this week. The other three questions that I talked about were, am I an audio, tactile, or visual learner, which I already knew, but I wanted to explore more. Should I teach how I learn best? Is it only best to learn in the way that's best for me, if that makes sense? So for my first question, I'm for sure 100% a tactile learner. I love the hands-on stuff. I have to write my notes physically. Typing them on the computer is never as good. And that's something that I love to incorporate in my teaching with my students that I work with right now. I love to encourage them to use all of their resources and to use their hands in their learning, to really follow along, write the things that they're learning, write the numbers that we're talking about, to really be engaged and to be committing those things to longer term memory. Life application is also another thing that I would like to relate to tactile learning, because for me, when I can feel it, when I can make contact with it, when I can make it a part of my life, that's tactile to me too as well. And so that's another way that I learn really well. The second question, should I teach how I learn best? No. We should be doing our very, very best to appeal to all types of learners. And we obviously won't be able to accommodate every single one, but we can do our best to include all those types of activities inside of our lesson plans. So maybe it's different math jobs that they have to do, or different literacy centers that we have scheduled for the day, that they have a chance and an opportunity to listen, to touch, and to see the things that we're learning and the things that we're doing. Most of the time, I think, whether they're an audio, tactile, or visual learner, I think the most important thing is encouragement for any learner. How do we learn best? We learn best with encouragement. We learn best in an environment that's positive, in an environment that's happy. So we should teach to the best of our abilities and to the best that we can to each type of learner. Is it only best to learn in the way that's best for me? Yes. Challenges are important, but it's important to stick to what works, for me at least. I like to challenge myself. I like to learn new things, and I like to learn them in new ways, but the most important thing is that I learn them. And learning can sometimes be a really big challenge for me. It's hard for me to study. It's hard for me to keep up with things sometimes. And so it is important, at least for me, that I learned this week in doing more research, that it is okay to only focus on learning in the way that I learn. I don't have to worry about trying to study and, obtain all of these things. I just focus on what's best for me and keep doing that. The other thing is, along with that, is I want to provide a classroom experience for my students that allows them to do all of these things, that allows them to learn in the best way that's the best way for them, and also to just absorb everything that there is to do. That even though the challenges are hard, to provide them an environment where we make it as easy as we can for them to learn and for them to be excited about their learning. Let's see, there was one other thing. Oh, efficiency. I think it's more efficient when we know what type of learner we are, when we know what type of learner we're majority working with. And I just think it's important to know your classroom and know kind of what those things are and how we can best do them. Thanks so much.